As is always the case when something is banned, it backfires in the faces of the tyrants, and so people have been widely investigating the various benefits of ivermectin since the attack on it. Well, now a cancer surgeon has dropped an ivermectin bombshell. You know, that drug that everyone called horse dewormer? Well, it now turns out that it has multiple anti-cancer effects. Cancer surgeon Dr. Kathleen Ruddy has seen several late-stage cancer patients make dramatic recoveries after taking ivermectin. One patient had a grim future, and then something remarkable happened. This man had stage 4 prostate cancer and tried all the conventional protocols before doctors told him that there was nothing that they could do. Then he started taking ivermectin. Within 6 months, the metastatic lesions began to disappear, and in less than 1 year, he was out dancing for hours, 3 nights per week, according to Dr. Ruddy. A similar scenario unfolded for another man named Eddie. He was also in bad shape. Let's take a listen to what she has to say.
A second patient crossed my path. A guy in his 70s who had been losing weight for a year and a half, 40 pounds, not vaccinated, 40-pound weight loss, smoker, drinker, all he does is fish. And he could no longer swallow, and he could hardly talk. And so I got on the phone with him, and I said, Eddie, tell me a little bit about your history and so forth. He knew someone with prostate cancer who had taken ivermectin, had cured himself from prostate cancer with that. So Eddie began taking ivermectin. I have no idea what the dosing was. He was just taking it. And I gave him some advice about diet and, try and get the weight back on and so on and so forth. Within a couple of weeks, he sounded stronger. Sounded stronger. He could swallow. He had gained 6 pounds. His voice was better. Followed him for the next couple of weeks, maybe another month or so, and I said, Eddie, we need to get a scan. He doesn't have insurance, he doesn't like doctors, whatever. He had been diagnosed in that interval with 2 esophageal tumors, unresectable. Surgeons wouldn't go near it. The doctor said, well, we'll give you chemo and radiation, and Eddie said, no, you're not. So he takes his ivermectin, maybe about 6 weeks later. I said, Eddie, you need to get a scan. I had to argue with Eddie to get a scan. We got the scan. No tumors. Gone. Gone. The problem was that he had sold his fishing boat. That was the biggest problem. He was getting better. His tumor was gone. Now we need to go out and buy another fishing boat. That was the second patient. I was like, well, now that's interesting.
From safe and effective, tried and tested drugs like ivermectin to a total attack on natural remedies straight from nature, this has been going on for some time. You can actually trace the attack on natural remedies back to, surprise, surprise, the United Nations. You'll find many like it, but a decades-old document titled Codex Alimentarius reveals that the UN had plans dating back to at least the 1960s to label nutrients as poisons and raise the level of toxicity inside our food and pharmaceutical supply, for that matter, to levels that would kill us. Codex Alimentarius includes ludicrous objectives such as banning people from growing their own garlic and eventually banning vegetable patches in their entirety because this was apparently just too dangerous. I implore anyone who hasn't heard of this document to go and look it up. It's been revised many times, but largely explains the attack on anything natural. Since that UN initiative was implemented, they have constantly raised the thresholds of what is and isn't acceptable and damaging to the human body. Now that millions of people around the world know that Big Pharma and the experts can never be trusted again, this has really propelled people to seek treatments for illnesses that we were told largely couldn't be cured. We expect to see many more people reporting on previously unconventional ways that they have been using to treat various ailments, and we look forward to it. Well, something is up. Something big. Something suspicious. You can't quite pinpoint it, but you can't deny it either. All you have to do is trust your gut. Listen to it and prepare with My Patriot Supply. Since 2008, My Patriot Supply has helped millions of American families prepare for the uncertain future. Many of them choose 3-month emergency food kits. With 22 food and drink varieties, there'll be no food boredom. With over 2,000 calories per day, there'll be no starvation. And sealed inside ultra-durable 4-layer packaging, these Ready Hour meals last up to 25 years in storage. You can stock up on all the food kits your family needs at our website, preparewithvnn.com. You'll get each kit for $200 off. Protect yourself, protect your people. Get your kits at preparewithvnn.com. They'll ship fast and free. Preparewithvnn.com.